Hello, hello. So, guys, can you hear my audio?
Yeah, there's no audio.
There is no audio. Okay, guys. So, were you guys were able to hear me from the start, or it is just now that there is no audio? So, if you guys let me know, I will start over from the first. Seems like there was a little bit audio issue. I'm not sure. So, guys, let me know in the comments. I should start from the first, or I should continue from uh, in the middle. So, the stream might be a 10-second delay. Yes, now it is audible. Now it is clear. So the thing is, I should start from the first or in between. Start from the first. Okay, okay. Start again. Okay, guys. Sure, no issues. So all right, guys. No issues. I'll start from the first. I don't know whether at the start my the audio was audible or not. Okay, guys. My name is Kiran. So I will be taking the session for motion graphics, and I am a visual effects artist. And previously, I worked as a trainer for graphic design, VFX, 3D, and animation and everything. So I'll be taking this webinar session now. So, like I have said previously, there was a little bit of audio issues. So today's topic will completely be on motion graphics. Uh, when we say motion graphics, the first software which comes to our mind is After Effects, and there is also a higher software which is called as Cinema 4D. But as of now, we are focusing on After Effects is because which is the base to learn for motion graphics, and Cinema 4D might be a little bit hard for people who have no idea for 3D and stuff. So for whom this software will be useful? So for people who are willing to go into any broadcasting field or in any animation field, or also there is an department called as a motion graphics artist. You can also join there. So this motion graphics will also be helpful for people who already know 2D animations and everything. So, so to make it simple, we'll be using After Effects for this session and also for this course. Once you get advanced in this, you will be able to also learn other software where you can build up your knowledge and career. So, guys, I hope it's clear. Now we have no audio. I mean, we have no issues in audio. So I'll be starting this session. So when we say motion graphics, so the basic thing which like you would have seen in your real life in any screen, I would say, like in television, cell phone, or in any computer screen, is you would have watched YouTube, you would have watched the news, you would have watched TV channels, reality shows, television shows, and everything. So where this animation comes, right, for that channel logo or for a show and everything, so in a news channel or in a YouTube channel and everything, so that is what is called as motion graphics. So any graphical element which is created by a software and which is animated is simply a motion graphics. But to be precise, so any vectors or any graphical elements which is uh, create, sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Okay, it's okay. Okay. No issues. So any graphical elements which is created and animated is motion graphics. So under motion graphics, there are several departments which I will be explaining right now. The first thing is vector animation. So normally you would have seen explainer videos, or in many ads, if you would say most of the Google ads, you would say they will be using vector animation graphics only. And also, as of now in today's standards, if you look into any app, even if you take a Android, I mean Android or iOS or any mobile software, the interface animation is totally vector based. And also in any app, if there is a a human like figure, a vector animation figure pops up, so it is also a vector animation. So in this many fields vector animation exists. And if you say in which field, like completely most the vector animation happens, is I would say ads. So completely in many ads, today in standards, vector animation is used. So that is one thing which is mostly used. And second thing which motion graphics are mostly used is in graphical animation for like news intros, or if you take any reality shows, like if there is a celebrity intro, if you want to do any text animation and everything, in that cases also this graphical animation is used. And also if you look into like any YouTube channels, like the YouTube channels name or this YouTuber's name will have an animation effect, right? So in that cases also this graphical animations are used, which is called as a text animation, which is not something different from graphical animation. So everything is a keyframe based animation. So I'm just giving it different names because these are the kinds of departments which you'll be able to work if you learn motion graphics. And the next final thing, which is a little bit rarely used, but also which is also a powerful thing in motion graphics. I mean, particularly in After Effects, which is creating small simulations, like a fire simulation or a smoke simulation and everything. But these kind of simulations are not very much helpful for working in a broadcasting company or any motion graphics artist. It is rarely used for YouTubers in creating some awesome effects in their videos and stuff. But still that is also one thing which you could do in motion graphics. But simulations are widely used by 3D artists, particularly in a 3D software. But if you're completely interested in creating simulations like fire and smoke, but I would say motion graphics is not the primary thing which you should focus on. But also this is also added advantage you could learn by learning After Effects. So this is pretty much it, the brief introduction of what motion graphics is and how it works. And like I have said, After Effects is not only the software, and just by learning After Effects, you can say that yes, I have learned complete motion graphics, and this is the end and everything. So if you are being creative, you should widen up many softwares. You should try to learn as much as softwares you should learn. But industry standards, I would say After Effects is the most primary software to start with. And if you feel that you are a little bit advanced in what you are doing, I would recommend you to go to a 3D software which is called as a Cinema 4D. So, but if you're completely new and you don't know anything about motion graphics, so After Effects is the key, I would say, like a base to start anything. So I don't want to bore you guys with any brief theoretical concepts. I will open the applications and we'll look into the interface. I have also created a small project. I would not say a project. I have created a small, what do you say, a composition, I would say, so that I could explain it to you, like how an animation works, and what is keyframe animation and what is keyframe interpolation and everything. The words might sound little bit weird for the start, but it is completely easy, which you could learn in just like a 10-minute video. Okay, guys, I'm starting the software. In the meanwhile, if you would like to, you know, have any experience in After Effects, or you know anything about motion graphics, or if you're completely new to the motion graphics, please do let me know, guys. Like, what is your interest? What would you like to do with this motion graphics and everything? I would love, I would like to know that. So the stream might be 5 to 10 seconds of delay. So meanwhile, I will go, I'll start the software. So I'm not seeing any comments. So you see, guys, seriously don't have any doubts on motion graphics, like you haven't worked on After Effects or anything. So I'm not seeing any comments. I don't know whether there's an issue from my side or from your side. So okay, guys, no issues. I'll be starting with the software. I will click live and we'll look into the software right away. Okay guys, so the once you start the software, this is how it looks. So everything with grayed out, but I'll show you guys what every single tab does is, and I will show you the basics of animation in this session. So right away, if you click on any tab, so what you can see this blue outline which you can find it. So this blue outline shows that which tab is selected at this particular tab. So if I select this tab will get highlighted. If I select this one gets highlighted. So basically After Effects does not detect any of your files right away. So we have to import the files, and we have to work in After Effects. Just like it does not work like what you say, like a music player on your phone and everything. It works like a software. You have to manually give all the files into the project so that you'll be able to work in this. So as of now, I'm not going to do anything related to VFX, so I'm not going to worry that much. But still, if you want to place any files, let's say that I want to place a video, you have to place the project in here, and so the project will be added here. So then you can use this file on this display area and work as this composition. So this tab is something where you can place all the files in here. So which is something you have to remember. The name is called as project. If you can't find any of these tabs which you're viewing, so you can just go to Windows and select the tab. So for example, now you can see the audio tab in here. So if you can't find that tab, you can click Window, and you can select this option, and this tab will pop up here. So if it has a check mark, it means that that tab is visible right now. So the unchecked areas, unchecked tabs are the tabs which are hidden, which you can reveal by clicking that. Okay, so the next is this timeline area. So which you might have normally known. You would have watched any streaming video like Netflix and Prime Video. You would have used a VLC media player, so you know how the player works, right? So if you just hit play, so the video keeps on playing. So that is this. This is the timeline area, and this is the display area. So if you want to view any video or an image in the display area, you have to create a composition. It is sort like creating a project, a mini project, I would say. So if you want to create a composition, you can either click this. So this icon creates a new composition, but it creates an empty composition. And if you click this icon, it will create the composition from footage. So what this means is, let's say you have a 720p footage, it creates a composition based on 720. If it is 1080, it creates based on 1080, like how much seconds it has, how much frames it has, and everything. So if I just create a default composition, so we have to manually add like it is a 1080 or 720 or whatever it is. So it is better if you are working on a video or an image. So it is better to start with composition from footage. But as we are completely working with motion graphics, I will just create a random composition, and I will let you know about this stuff. So you can either create a new composition in here, or you can see this icon. You can see this icon, right? This is the composition icon. If you click this, uh, you can create a new composition. So default it will be in a 720 or 1080p resolution based upon your resolution of your computer display. So mine is showing as 1920 by 1080. So I can rename it as anything. Let's say create motion graphics, and click OK, and you can see that my composition is created. So by default it will be showing for like 5 seconds. So the previous time I have worked with 4 seconds. Maybe that is the reason it is showing 4. You can give it how many seconds you want, how many frames you want, so how much the resolution you want, and everything. So if you can't find this option, you just select this composition, like this is bluely highlighted. You can go to composition and composition settings, and also you can create a new composition in here, which is something different. Now you can see it has a black area. Now if you place a video, you can see the video is playing. So like you can place any video or image in this composition, and you can just hit space bar, and the video will start to play. And if it is an image, it will be a still image. Okay guys, so this is completely the basics of how After Effects work. So this is something which is enough for you for the start, which if you are a complete noob in um, like any Adobe softwares. So I will straightly start with animation. Like what I will do is I'll just create a basic shape. So this icon, with this icon I'll be able to create basic shapes, and here you can see that which color I want. I could select this, so I'll select a blue color like this. So if I just click and drag, you can see that I'll be able to create a shape. So what I will do is I will just arrange this shape. So don't look on any many of these tools right away from the start, because like uh, like any software, if you're willing to learn, so like you don't have to care about the 80% of what the tools are, because let's say you're just starting with anything, like you should not worry about what this tool does it and what that tool is done. So you have to start with tool by tool, and that is how it works, like sort of like a 20-80 rule. So 20% of this tool comes from the 80% of results, like something. Okay, so what I will do is I will just align it particularly, and no matter any layer it may be, like if you take a composition, any layer it may be, so every layer has this default transform option, which is called as this one. So contents is something different, which I will explain it to you later. So you take any video or any image or anything, so there will always be a transform layer. So what this transform has is, it has a position value, it has a rotation value, and it has a scalable value. You can move it from one place to another, you can rotate it, you can scale it. So that is how you create an animation, right? If you want to move an object from one place to another, so that is how the animation works. You can pretty much do this only with this transform option. There is also other options, but this is the base for all the shapes you create in a composition. And also, if you see that if I place the video on this composition, you can see that the first, this object is present, and at the back you can see the video. Like if I just replace this shape layer down, and this to top, now you can't see the object. The reason is because whichever layer is on the top, that comes for first, and whichever the layer is on the bottom, that comes I mean behind. So if I just move this video layer, you can see the shape. But if I just change this, you can see the shape first. Like whichever comes on the top is displayed on the front, and whichever comes down, which is displayed at the back. So which is also something you should remember. Like every Adobe software is a layer based software, and there is also another types of software which is called as a node based software. So which is also something different, which you don't have to worry about it right now, because After Effects is completely layer based. So any layer, if you want to display on the front, you have to place it on the top, which is just something which you have to remember. Okay guys, so we're looking to this transform option. Like I will try to change these values. So I'll just hold this left mouse cursor and click and drag. You can see that I can move this position from one place to another. So if I move this position to one place to another, I can scale it. I can make it big or small or however I want. So just one second. So I can scale it to any size I want, and I can also rotate this, and I can also adjust this visibility, like how much percent I want to visible. So I can also adjust this opacity. So there is also another option, which is the anchor point. Like for example, let's say that I move this anchor point to somewhere else. This anchor point is something like this icon you see, right? This is called as the anchor point. Let's say that I move this anchor point to somewhere like here. So now if I try to rotate it, so the rotation is moving like a card. If you hold a card on your hand, so this is how you move, right? So this is how it moves if the anchor point is like this, and let's say that if the anchor point is exactly in the midpoint, so you can also use this tool to move the anchor point from here to here. So now the anchor point is in the midpoint of the shape, and now if you try to rotate, so the rotation is happening like 360 degrees. So you can completely control the rotation and other stuffs by changing the anchor point, which is something you should remember. So what I will do is I will move this position here, and what I will do is I will animate this shape from moving from here to here. To animate anything, so this clock symbol is required. In most of these options there will be this clock symbol, which will be useful for us to animate it. You can see in anchor point, position, scale, rotation, and opacity, in everything there will be this clock symbol. So if I just click this, so you can see that there is a diamond shaped key which has been created, which is called as this keyframe. So every time like a keyframe is created, what this does is this diamond saves the value, which is 253.5 and 549.2. You don't have to remember these values, the After Effects will remember it. So that is why this keyframe is created. Let's say that you go to this fourth second, and you move this from this place to here, and if you move this, you can see that value number is 1597.6 and 557.9. And you can see that a diamond is also created here, which saves the value of this particular frame. On the first frame it saves 253 and 549, and on the last frame it saves 1597 to 557. So we'll just look into this first value, which is the x value, and this is the y value. We'll just look into this x value. From 253 it is traveling to 1597. So by traveling on every single frame, so this object also animates from this one position to other position. We have not created keyframes for every single frames. We have just created keyframes on the starting frame and on the ending frame, but in this middle it has created an average of values, and it itself started animating. So this is how it works. This is what I said on before, that we'll be looking into keyframe animation. So this is what it is called as keyframe animation. This is completely the base for any animation, I would say. Let it say it is a 2D animation or 3D animation. So if I speak about 3D animation, there will be another value which is called as a z-axis. That is all. But basics is this is what animation does it. And also in VFX, in one department, this keyframe animation helps you a lot, which is called as rotoscopy. But so keyframe animation works on many different ways if you are into animation, so which will be really helpful. So most of the time keyframe animation is used, and which is something basic which you should know if you're into animation or motion graphics. Okay, let's say that I don't want this shape to move on straight. I want the shape to move up and then go to down. So if I want the shape to move from up to down, so I will go to the middle frame, like somewhere in here. If I move the position on top, so you can see that now on this top, if it goes, that the y value is changed. You can see that this y value is changed. So now if I play it, the shape is moving on the top, and then it goes to bottom. Let's say that I go to the first second and I move the shape to the bottom, and now if I play it, it will go from bottom to top, and then it will go to middle. Or I can go to the third second and I can place the animation, I can place a keyframe here. Only on the first time, if you want to create a keyframe, you have to click this clock symbol. And from the second time, like you go to any frame and you make any changes, a diamond symbol automatically creates on this timeline, so which indicates that that particular value is stored on this particular frame. And that animation automatically creates an average of this other keyframes. So basically this is what keyframe animation is. You can also use other values in here. For example, for position I have created it. So I can move to any place, and the keyframe is automatically created. If I want to do it for also scale and rotation, so I have to create this, I have to click this clock symbol so that the scale is created. So I go to this first frame and I change the scale, and I go to this last frame and I change the scale. So now this will also get affected. Like, you can see that scale is also moving. You can also click this rotation, and you can also rotate it like however you want this to rotate. So now I have created like three types of animation, which is position, rotation, and scale. So if I play this, so it has a position movement, it has a rotation movement, and it has a scale movement. So completely this is happening in only 2D. So if you want to do it in 3D, so the process is different. But this is what the basics of keyframe animation is. So guys, so now what I will do is I have already created a composition. I will open this composition, and we will look into the concept called as keyframe interpolation. So guys, until now, if you have any doubts, so please let me know in the comment section, guys, so that I'll be able to clear it. So the stream might be like 5 to 10 seconds delay, like I've already said. So you just put out your doubts in here. I will look into that and I will help you out in this. Uh, it must be free to use. It is not free. You how to cut. Tamil. Okay, few guys are one or two guys are asking this session to be in Tamil. So this is a English webinar session. So the webinar will be completely in English, and we also have sessions on other languages. But primarily now we are focusing on only Tamil and English. There will be a Tamil session soon, guys. We'll let you know in the group. You can also join that session. But as of now, for today, there is this session will completely be on only on English. Difference between AE 2019 and 2020. So first of all, I would recommend you guys not to use 2020 because I'm using 2020 for like a few days, I would say months also, like a month or two. It has many bugs, so I recommend like a stable version like 2018 and everything. 2018 would be better. 2018 or 2017 would be better. So if you ask the differences, like it has a very small difference. Like there is a few tools like content aware fill, but related to motion graphics, I don't see a very much difference in 1919 and 1920. Can I get the 3D demo animation? Sudaki. So as of now, we are focusing on motion graphics. So I don't want to make it a little bit complex webinar. So we can also do 3D stuffs in here, which I will show you like what it is and how to do it if we do have time in After Effects. But as of now, I have not focused on this session right now in doing 3D stuff. But yes, you can also do a 3D animation in After Effects too without any plugins. So I will also show you that, guys. No worries. So guys, so this project has been opened, and we will look into this composition. So where I have created a ball, just a simple ball I have created, and I have created a floor. So just a surface where a ball could animate, and this is just a gradient background. So now what I will do is I will try to animate, I will try to bounce this ball. So for that, what we have to do is basically in any composition, you will find this transform icon, and you can also find that this has this composition icon, guys. So which is because I have created these shapes and this circle, and I have created this as a separate composition. It's like this is a separate composition, which is ball. So I have created these shape layers, and I have added this as an alphabet, which is something you will get to know if you get into the course. But I have created as a I have created just the ball for a separate composition, and that is why you can see this icon in here. So let it say a composition or video or anything, you will be having this transform icon. Okay guys, so let's get into this animation. So I have to, if I have ball, so I have to use this position animation. So I will click this clock symbol so that the keyframe is created. So I'll go to this end frame, and I will move this to this, like the starting value is 180. I will give it as 1680. Okay, I'll give this as 1680. So if I play this, you can see that the ball is moving, so like robotically. It doesn't have any proper bouncing ball motion. In order to have that, it has to jump from one place to another place. So what I will do is, in the second frame, I want this as a keyframe. In order to get this keyframe, what I have to do is I have to click this icon so that this exact values get captured as a keyframe. So now I'll go to this first second, and what I will do is I will move this ball up. Like I will give a value of 280 so that the ball is on top. So the ball goes top and it falls, and again it has to go top. So here I will give as a lower value, because so the first time the ball jumps, the second times it jumps to a lower value than the first one. So that is why I have given this lower kind of a bouncing. And now if I play this, this doesn't feel like a bouncing ball. It looks like a wired animation or like something. This doesn't feels like jumping. So the reason is because of this interpolation on this particular keyframe. So basically interpolation is not a different, I mean a complex concept. There are just two types of interpolation. One is smooth and one is hard, to be in simple terms. To say in After Effects kind of terms, which is just also two, the hard is called as a linear interpolation and the smooth is called as a Bezier interpolation. So if I select this keyframe, if I right click this, there is an option called as a keyframe interpolation. If I select this, so in this pad linear and Bezier, if I select this to linear and click OK, you can see that this has this hard edge right now. So if I play this, you can see that it kind of feels like jumping, so which is what we want. And second time it doesn't feel like this is jumping. So whenever the ball hits ground, it should feel like jumping, so that we should give linear to anywhere the ball is on the surface. So I'll also select this keyframe and give this keyframe interpolation as linear. So this is on the air, so this should be smooth. So this should have this Bezier type, this should have linear type, this should have Bezier type, and this is on the ground, so I'll give this as linear type. So guys, if you want to see that animation line, so just create this position, I mean whichever option you have animated it. If you have animated scale, you have to select this. If you have animated position, you have to select this. So you can see this line. So now the ball moves from here to here and here. So if I play this, this feels like an animation, but it doesn't look like a proper way. If a ball bounces, it should also have a rotation, right? A ball bouncing from one position to another, it will also have a rotation. So what I will do is I will also select this rotation, and I'll go to this fourth frame and I will give this as two rotations, like two times it will rotate. So now if I play this, now this ball has a rotation, and now you can see that the first time it jumps, so the second time it will rotate slower. If you just throw a ball, like practice throwing a ball, you can see that than the first time, the second time the rotation will be slower, the position movement will be slower and everything. So which is something basic you will get to know while practicing in animation. So the first time the ball hits the ground is this place, So what I will do is I will also select a keyframe here, or I can also do another thing, which is we can move this like a value to the other keyframes. Now currently this second rotation value is on this fourth second. So what I can do is I can also move it to here, which is the second. So now what happens is the complete 2 rotation happens within 2 seconds than in 4 seconds. It's like you want to move to a place from point A to point B in 30 minutes. So you would have take some time. Like let's say you are moving to a you are moving from point A to point B, and if you reach in 15 minutes, it's like you are moving faster than you are moving in 30 minutes, right? So that is what the concept is. So the animation which is happening in 4 seconds will be slower than the animation which is happening in 2 seconds. So that is what the concept is. So that is what I have just did. So and I'll go to this fourth second and I will give it as 3. So now if you see that, so the first time the rotation will be faster, and second time you can see that the rotation will be like slower. So every time the ball hits the ground, the rotation reduces, the position movement reduces and everything. And if you want, you can also animate it on the screen. Like you can just click and drag this bezier handles. Like you can select like how the animation wants this to happen, like either like this side or this side. And you can also move the bezier handles in here. So this is how you create a animation. So this ball animation is pretty much simple, which you can completely learn within a hour, or like a like I mean, just like in a 10-minute video. But if you want to like reach to a higher level, like animating a character or animating a text or animating any complex projects, you would have to learn more about this, what this transform does, and what all the effects which we have. And you have to understand After Effects little more complex. So which is not complex. By time you start learning and learning, so this concept will become so much easy, and the next concept will be little bit harder. And by practicing that, that concept completely becomes easy, and the next concept will be harder. So every day you keep on learning and learning, so the concepts gets better and better. So and that is how it is. Like if you want to learn any software, that is how things work. So I hope you guys understood the concept of keyframe interpolation. So there is just two things, which is linear and bezier, and that is how it works. You have to decide based on this object animation, like how the object is animation, like where I have to use linear and where I have to use bezier and everything. So it completely depends upon the base of this animation. So I hope you guys you had a brief idea of what motion graphics is, and how it is used in After Effects and everything. So hello. So if you have any issues in audios, please let me know. How to use background? Just one second. Say about keyframe again, where option. So keyframe happens on is present in everywhere. Like any option you take, there will be a clock symbol left to that. If you just enable this, if you just click that clock symbol, the keyframes will be enabled, and you can animate from anywhere to anywhere you want it. Shortcut for keyframe. So there is no like shortcut for keyframe. It is just a one click thing. So it is just a basic thing which you don't need any shortcuts. How to use background, sir? So background, it's a very simple thing, to be honest. So I have just used the radial gradient thing, which is an effect which I have used on a solid, which you will get to know more when you start a course. Which question can we animate semi 2D in this version 2? Um, I mean, your semi 2D in the version, like you're asking something like 2.5D or something like that. I don't know, but basically you can also do 3D stuff. Like semi 2D means 2.5D stuff. Also, you can do it. So this might be a little bit complex for few people. For example, there is an icon in here, this cube icon. If you click this cube icon, automatically you can see that the values, I mean you got extra values, which is because the through 2D layer has completely changed into 3D. Like I previously said, 3D has x, y, and z value, and this z value is created right now. So if I move this z value, okay, now I'll just create a different shape. If I click this icon, this will change to 3D. And if I go to transform and like if I can also move it in z value, so the anchor point is present here, so that is why it is moving like this. So now in 3D we have like three rotation, one which is x, y, and z, so which is something a little bit different. I would like to say you have to concept, I mean you have to focus basic on 2D, and then it will be better if you like get into 3D and everything. You should have shown how to make it smooth too. uh, Viral immortal, so I think you are meaning something like easy ease and everything. So I could have shown this, but which if I show that I have to also explain about graph editor, I thought that might be a little bit complex, so that is the reason I did not get into like how to do it smooth, like what is easy ease and everything. So for the basic level I don't want to get into complex stuff there, so that is the reason I didn't get into that topic. Vanshika Agarwal, a little bit confusing. Okay, Vanshika, so in which part you feel confused, you do let me know. I will help you out in that. So, guys, pretty much this is what I have created for what is animation and everything. So, if you want to get into like more complex stuff, definitely, guys, we will teach you in the course. We'll help you guys in that, but just to give an idea of what animation is and how it is useful. So if you are into like a 2D, like people who are working in 2D animation, this people would have already known this stuff, because that is what the basics to learn motion graphics and everything. So guys, that is all I would like to say for this basics interface in After Effects. So like there is a course for us in ABN Junctions where you can choose After Effects. So there are also another course where you can choose graphic design and video editing and everything. So you can choose any course from us and we'll be able to help you out on this. So just a moment, guys. I will present you the I'll present you the screen of our website. Okay, guys, so abnjunction.com is our website where we teach graphic design, video editing, and After Effects and digital marketing. So you can click and choose our courses. So of course this will be a paid course, but if you join this program, you will be learning into much more complex stuff. We will also be guiding you for career development and everything. So if you're interested in graphic design, if you're interested in video editing, or if you're interested in like motion graphics, you can select any course with us. As you are guys in our webinar session, from our side we are giving you an offer for this. So the offer will be like 5,000 rupees for After Effects, and if you choose also video editing software, which is Premiere Pro, you'll be getting for completely 8,000 rupees. So if you just look into this After Effects courses, the course itself costs 12,000 rupees, but for this webinar session we'll be giving you for 5,000 rupees. And if you're also interested in video editing, let's say that I want to become a YouTuber where I want to work on my YouTube channel, or I want to work in a professional YouTube channel and everything, you can always choose our complete bundle, which is for video editing and After Effects. So this will be really helpful for you guys to create a career and everything. So I will also post the link in our chat so that it will be easy for you guys. You can either opt out any After Effects or the complete video editing bundle. Just one second. So this is the link, guys. This option will not be visible to other people, for the normal people who are visiting our website. So the normal price will be 12,000 rupees only. So this is exclusive for the guys who has been attending our webinar session for this long time, who are really interested in joining the courses. So okay. So for the people who are interested in or joining our courses, so there might be a different trainer there for an After Effects, but he's also a professional trainer. If I am available, I will also be taking you guys the complete course. So I hope the link has been yeah, the link is visible, so I have just posted it. You can just save this link. As of now, you can just bookmark this link, so whenever you feel like you want to join this course, as soon as join this. So as of now we are having this offer, but this offer might change as soon as possible. If you want to get to know more about this, you can always contact our admins in our group and everything. For the feedback link, yes, Yamna, I request you to get in touch with admins. Yes, definitely there will be a feedback link. We'll be providing certificates for this live webinar session and everything. So guys, you can just save this link as of now for this. Maybe if you're interested to join, you can just use this link, because this link will not be provided hereafter, and this link will be valued for, I think it might be valid for a week, but I'm not sure about this. You can also always check with admins. So I hope you guys see in my course sessions. So that is all I would like to say, you guys. So this has been a wonderful webinar today. So thank you so much for this time.